Easy G, how's it
Hello,
going?
Marcel. The man himself, eh?
So they say, so they say.
Flesh and
So,
bones.
where are you now? Where are you based?
I am based in Greece currently,
Okay.
and I am looking to expand like an octopus.
Where are you trying to
Since
go?
yeah, I'm thinking about Thailand for the network and the digital nomad thing,
Yeah.
you know, and yeah, that's about it.
You're gonna go solo?
I'm gonna go solo, yeah,
Nice.
until I get my 10K goal to move to Dubai,
Okay. Perfect. Makes
and
sense.
yeah, of course. There is a
Okay.
problem with tax here.
I hear you, bro. Everywhere in Europe's got the same problem.
Yeah.
Everyone's going for it. All right. So let's start this off. So let's start with your name and age and what brought you to become a student in the real world.
So my name is Joseph. I am 22 years old currently, and I am in the SMCA campus.
Yeah.
And the reason that I got in the real world was, well, I joined back in the Discord days,
Yeah.
and I was probably 17 or 18. I do see now 17 and 18 years old, even 15 years old making money, maybe more than me, lots of them. And that's pretty okay with me, because I would imagine myself at 17 years old with lots and lots of money like these young guys do currently, like 20, 100K businesses. And that wouldn't set me as a person as of right now. Currently, I have made around 7K in the real world, which is super cheap. And I am the living example that the real world is not a scam like so many people say. Like, I've met tourists here in Rhodes, which we have many, and I asked them if they're inside the real world to connect with them, and they all said that no, it's a scam. And I said, bro, I'm the living example. For 50 euros, I get things that nobody would ever say to me.
Yeah.
There is so much knowledge. The people in there are amazing. The professors are so wise. They're gonna tell you even things that your father cannot tell you.
Yeah.
So it's basically the golden vein. Like,
Yeah.
it's I always centered myself, try to communicate with older people than me, just to get more experience and see their perspective. And being in the real world is the best thing that could ever happen to me.
Yeah, and you also find as well a lot of those people who think it's a scam are the people that wouldn't do well in the world anyway. Because to even think it's a scam means you've not done any research, and to understand that there's a way in which you can make money or build yourself or build your success, and you've decided to do no research in it. How can you be successful in anything? You haven't even taken the time to do the due diligence. Because if they did, like you said, you're an example. You're someone who's speaking to them like, okay, they would be have one testimonies in which they can say, okay, there's this amount of people that are saying that they can make money, so there is money to be made there. And how can it be a scam? How can teaching someone how to do something be a scam?
Of
They
course.
think a lot of people think that this the real world is a like a paid course. It's not. It's a school. It's what people need to understand, get in their brain. It's a school. It's not like we're gonna just play you a video that we send to everyone. We're constantly updating information, constantly updating, constantly, because we're always trying to figure out what's new in the market, what works and what doesn't, so that we can bleed that through to our students. Your success is our success. That's how we
That's
work. So
true.
and if you look at like the Tate brand on anything, they're very much aware about making sure that people who are tied to their brand are winners, because that's what they want to be seen by. That's why they don't like to do deals that where someone loses. They're very conscious of that. Like loads of times I've been in meetings where they'll be talking and be like, people want them to do stuff just because obviously the name carries weight, and I'll be like, I don't want people to lose off of my name, even
Of
if
course.
even if it's possibly the audience's fault. 'Cause I still don't want it to be a case where they feel like they're losing. People who say that this thing's a scam at this point just lets me know that you haven't done the research for anything. For
Yeah.
anything, not even. this is the real world. On anything, you've got your head buried in the sand. You're currently stuck in the system, and until it's knocking at your door, you don't see the big picture.
Yeah, that is true. And because you said all these things which are true, I also used to be a content junkie of Andrew's content and the real world content. You know, I was looking the real world from the outside until uh, I decided to take some action. And I genuinely decided to listen to you guys, do what you tell us to do, which is only take action. There is nothing else that you can do. First, you take action and then you think about it, you know? This is what Professor Dylan says. When I got in, I didn't manage to do quite well, and that was good for me because every time I stumbled, every time I fell, I rise up stronger. And this is a
Yeah,
message for everybody that is watching this, that every time that you get down, you have to rise up stronger. And
yeah,
what uh, what I started doing was, okay, let's start with Professor Arno. Professor Arno taught me the sales, that everything in life is sales, even women is sales currently. So you start off there. If you know how to sell, you're never gonna be poor again. That is for sure.
true.
Professor Dylan showed me how to acquire clients through social media, get yourself some exposure out in the market, and this is the recipe. I mean, there is not
Yeah,
much else to say about it. And all you got to do is take action. Like I said, I'm the living proof, I'm the living example. Um, I don't know. I don't know how else that you can convince these people, you know? Like I've
there's
seen
no.
people get in, pay for it, and then go in having uh, the quick cash in their mind, you know? Okay,
Yeah,
let's make some cash. Okay, everybody thinks like that. But the longer it takes, the longer it will last because quick stuff doesn't last long. So I've seen people get in the crypto campus and the trading campus. They're copying other people like some meme coins and stuff,
yeah,
which are most of them like it's 99% the chances that you're gonna lose your money, obviously.
yeah,
But if you actually follow the lessons of the professors, do the every day the live calls and do the lessons, there is no way that you can lose.
yeah.
But even if you lose, you're gonna rise up stronger, so you know what you have to do next time, so you don't lose again. It's
No, but
simple as
the thing
that.
is, that's not learning and losing are two different things. It's
Yeah,
two different. Look, everything is a process. You have to be able, the real world teaches people how to build something and then believe in the process. Those are the two things you need to do, the two B's. You need to build and believe. That's what you have to do. So once you build something, you're constantly learning, you're constantly evolving and constantly. Money is going to come. If you have a process that works, money comes naturally, but you have to first build that process. No one can just say, here's the process. I have to teach you how to do that because every person is going to be different, how you think, how you move, where you want to place your money, like all of that is going to be different. So I can give you the tools and you can build the process. That's what we're doing. We're teaching you how to build something that you're capable of believing in because it's going to be based on your principles, but we're just giving you the tools and the know-how on how to do something. So a lot of
exactly,
people, again, it is very much a school, but the difference is it's a school that is grounded in what's happening in real time and not something that happened ages ago. And you're getting taught by teachers that are currently in that field, successful millionaires in that field that you're trying to learn. Because why am I learning from business from a teacher who's a school teacher who's never had a business in his life? He just knows the theory. Like,
exactly,
yeah, so I would rather go to someone who's educated in the field, successful in the field, and then I believe that those are the same people that will be able to help and build you to wherever you want to be. And you're completely right when you say like sales. Everything in life is marketing. The whole everything, your whole entire life is marketing. How you build relationships with your friends, how you build relationships with girls, how you build relationships whether you're in the gym, how you make money. Like how do I get myself in front of people so that they are receptive of what I'm saying or doing? That's a marketing strategy. Everything.
exactly, exactly. That is the sauce. That is the sauce. You know.
100.
Well, I am starting also an AI agency automation
Yeah.
soon, and I'm very excited to announce that. And because I am I got into it, in the rabbit hole, and I can see the future how it's gonna be, because Tate always says predict the future, with chess and everything. It's like moves, like you can predict what is going to happen. And I've met with some people of that I knew before I disappeared from the ground of the earth, because I went into monk mode, because I really wanted to grind myself
Yeah,
and get into the business and actually do things. Currently, I work 12 hours per day on my own business, and I don't work a normal wage job.
yeah,
So, what people have to know is that most of the university stuff and the campuses of the university are not gonna be alive soon enough. Like in the next 5 to 10 years, most jobs are gonna completely vanish. And
yep,
the only way to leverage this situation is to learn how to do AI, so that AI doesn't leverage you in the future. Currently, I'm
exactly.
setting up AI receptionists.
Yeah,
So imagine if like so many girls and people lose their job at the clinic's office.
that's true.
That
It's
is true.
100.
That's the way.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why we always try to stay ahead of the curve, because that's where you win. That you're just that little bit ahead of before everyone else catches on, and
Yeah.
our professors are constantly trying to refine that. Okay, what's
Yeah.
new? What works? What doesn't work? What's new? What works? What that like constantly, and it takes time. AI, we're in the beginning. That is going to in the next 5 years. That is going to blow up into something we can't even imagine or fathom now. Do you understand? Like, it's very easy to look at stuff now and be like, oh gosh, we can do this. But when you think like 10 years ago, do you think that they had like any sort of thought of AI? Even control pads that you play on games that didn't have wires.
Yeah.
You think, like, we didn't even fathom these things. So imagine, they say every time a year goes in technology, it moves 10 years faster in the 1 year.
That
So
is true.
imagine where AI is going to be in 5 years. It's going to be something crazy. And loads, you're right, loads of people are going to lose their jobs. But again, it's down to how do you find a way in all the mess to market yourself? How do I
Yeah.
get my product to the customer? How do I do that? And that's what we try to teach people. Like, it's always about being able to get what you're saying or what you're doing in front of the people so that there's opportunity for purchase.
Yeah. And that's not even it. Like before the real world, I was a complete normal guy, but even at the first day of my school, first grade, now I'm
Yeah.
gonna take a little back. The first day, yeah, on my school, I told my teacher, why should I listen to you? And I was like this.
Mhm.
And now on this moment, I know that I always had this in me. And I am sure that everybody has this tiny bit of, how can I say it, consciousness that he's not
Yeah.
destined for an average life. I'm afraid of being average, to be honest with you. Like all these uni people, I'm 22. I already know how to sail, how to make sales.
Yeah.
The people in economics who are in economics, I often ask them, what car does your teacher drive? And he's, oh, it's just a Toyota. And like, man, how is he gonna teach you money if he doesn't have money? Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
make no sense. It's
It's
zero
true.
sense.
Sure, I always say, look, I'm not going to sit here and say like you should go to school and don't listen to your teachers and whatever. Like, use the environment you're in that you have to be in as a training ground. So sometimes it's just even though I don't like school, I'm going to use this to because I have to be here legally, right? So let me
Yeah.
use this to train discipline for myself. If I can be comfortable in environments I don't like, and I create environments myself that I do like, no one can stop me.
Yeah.
I always say like use school, like go to school and whatever, listen to your teachers, cool. But it's what you said. It's understanding. Like I'm listening to what you're saying, but do you actually know what you're saying? There's nothing wrong with being conscious about that because
Yeah.
that's the reality.
You have to stay under the radar a bit, Just play
Yeah,
the fool for a bit, but on your mind, you know where you want to go, and I know where I want to go. I imagine myself already there. I am already there,
do you
and
know? Sorry, do you know the sad thing is that although you think that everyone thinks like you do, there is
yeah,
some. there who, even if you gave them the cars, the keys, and the sat nav, they'll never make it. They just won't.
Yeah,
Their job, their brain is wired to flip burgers, and that's it.
yeah,
That's their
Marcel.
society. So you'll
Yeah,
always find that there's some people that you'll speak to and you try break it down, and you'll be wasting your time because they're not built for it.
yeah,
There's people who are not built for the real world. It's given you everything you need to make money, to separate the wealth gap between poor and rich, because that's all there's going to be at some point. So we're trying to make all of our students move towards rich, all of our students.
yeah,
And some people mentally are not ready for it. They're not
yeah,
ready to look in the mirror and say, I'm at fault for this. I need to do this X, Y, and Z, and I have to take action. They're not their mentality will not allow them to do it. I
yeah.
promise you.
You know, Marcel, like when I was unconscious, let's say not awakened, okay,
Yeah.
because of the content of the real world, I had the seed, and I believe every single person that is watching this has a seed in his mind that if somebody waters it enough, in our case Morpheus, you know, so if you water it enough, it's gonna grow and grow and grow. This is what happened with me with the content. I consumed content, and that seed grew bigger until I took action. Actually, you know, it was like me watching the clips and Neo on his computer at night typing until Morpheus says, "I'm watching you, Neo." And this was the moment that everything is gonna go alive. You know, when you awaken, you are your mind is out of the matrix. The only thing that has to catch up is your body and your experiences,
Yeah.
and this
Yeah.
it's exactly it. So Professor Dylan in his campus has built your character lessons, and he lets you design yourself like how you imagine yourself to be, how you would like, what you would like to live, what experience you would like to have, how do you want to carry yourself in the world, in the everyday world, and that you have to walk it like you talk it, you know.
Yeah.
So
Fact.
this is it. The real world is so much. There is no words to explain the real world. Actually, it's
It's an
the
abundance
knowledge.
of potential is what it
It's
is.
abundant. Yeah, it's like the Akashic records, if you know.
Exactly.
Like it's so abundantly filled with information, with lots of value, human value, not even businesses. There is value. There is lessons of daily Tate. Um, Everyday lessons drop for from the professors, which are gonna help you daily to rewire yourself. There is the PM challenge where you completely detox your brain from dopamine, and this is where you restart and you're starting to be a superhuman. You know, like the
It's
professors, I admire them so much because, and the sad truth is that they walk around like everyday people but in the reality they are Superman and Batman, you know.
yeah.
That's the truth,
It's
because you
true.
you cannot fathom what this person has sacrificed for you to make you better as a person. He's
100%.
Superman, he's the savior, like.
100%. I agree. So let's get into like some deep details. What exactly is it that you do in the real world, and how did that change your life? Like,
Well, as I said, I got into sales. When I got
mhm.
into sales, I worked around myself talking with people. I understood that I can market myself quite good, and then I said, why not leverage it? Then I started on the social media management and client acquisition campus
Yep.
with Professor Dylan, and I he drops the sauce of how to master Instagram, how to master TikTok, how to master even LinkedIn. Like you can get leads, lots of leads. How to get leads, how to email them, how to sell your services, how to sell yourself.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, I was in the crypto also campus, in the crypto investing campus.
Mhm.
I didn't do quite good, and then I told myself, okay, let's go again from the beginning. I'm not afraid to go to zero because I've
Yeah.
been there multiple times, and I rise up, you know, and I'm only 22,
Yeah.
and then what happened was, okay, let's do a real business this time. Let's master the skills,
Yeah.
because I think this is where God guided me. You have to learn the skills. Like Joseph, you don't deserve to make money like this through
Yeah.
crypto or something. He just wanted to me to master everyday life, social life, like all aspects, because that's a G. G is not the guy who only works and has money. G is the guy who also goes out, good social life, girls, boys. G is everything.
Yeah.
So I got
It's funny
in there. I got
to me.
the first client in the first week of joining the social media campus
Yeah.
from the local business outreach. I currently manage 4 accounts of 4 local businesses. I make 1K per month
Dope.
stable income, which is more than the basic income of my country.
Yeah.
And the good thing is that I decide how much I want to make.
Yeah.
Nobody tells me like 800 euro for this month and that's it, Joseph. You figure it out what rent you're gonna pay and what food you're gonna eat and what clothes you're gonna buy.
Yeah. So
So
you're in
it's
control.
freedom. It's
Yeah.
freedom. The real
Yeah.
world provides freedom, geographical freedom, freedom of doing whatever you want, whenever you want it, everything.
People don't understand how important the freedom of time is too. Like having
Yeah,
your own time. It's very different when you get up and work a job than when you get up and do 12 hours for yourself because you're never going to lose by investing time in yourself ever.
that's for sure. That's for sure. But when you work a wage job, you're investing your time, which money can't buy. Money can't buy time. You can't make a time machine. So it's the most expensive uh, amenity you have in this world. So how could you trade it for $10 or €5 per hour? Instead, on this hour, like let's say 8 hours per day, which is a normal wage job. 8 hours per day. Imagine you study sales. You learn a skill, a new skill, which is in the real world. You're gonna be a whole another different person in a year, and you can have these skills forever. You know,
Yeah, it's true.
it's gonna stay with you as long as you practice it too.
It's true. So answer this then. What is your goals moving forward? What is it that you next want to achieve?
Well, I currently manage businesses profiles on IG and TikTok. I do the videos, I do the editing and all this stuff. But I did it only for acquiring the skills and learning the skills, so I use it for myself in the future.
Yeah.
So as long as I do that, it doesn't matter what I want to open. I'm gonna be able to make money
Yeah.
because I've mastered the skills.
Fair.
So even if it's a supermarket, a hairdressing salon, whatever, you're gonna be able to make money as long as you know sales.
And that's the game at the end of the day. The truth
That's the
is,
game.
yeah,
Best
is
campus.
everyone wants to make money. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm not saying money's like the be all and end all, but it leads to so much. And like you said, it gives you freedom in so much different areas that you do
Yeah.
other things or invest yourself in however you want. So I 100% agree with that. All right. So last one, what would be your message for those people who would sit back and kind of don't know what to do with their life? They're thinking about what's their next move. They've come across the real world. You've come across these people already, it sounds like, and they're not sure if they should take the chance or the opportunity. What would be your message to those people?
My message would be, don't go for a drink, don't go for a night out. Instead, stay at home, invest those 50 damn dollars, which which I'm a veteran. I will have 50 euros for life instead of the people who won't. But now it's 50 euros for one campus, right? So my message would be, just take some time, do the lessons, try to
Yep.
implement them. Don't be a content junkie like I used to be, and just consume, and don't implement them. Because by practicing, you're gonna learn how to use the actual lessons that you're being taught. Don't be afraid, because when you're afraid, this is where the opportunity and this is where the success hides, behind
Yeah.
the fear.
Correct.
Everybody's afraid of the unknown, but don't you
Correct.
step into it and you try to make a path there, You're gonna carve your own path. Nobody is born knowing what he can do, what he likes to do, basically. School, everybody would figure it out sooner if they weren't into school, because they teach you stuff you don't actually need. But school is, you have to go to school. School is legal, but on the means, on the side, you have to also think about, what am I gonna do when I grow up, or do I wanna be a slave, or do I wanna be the master? Shall I say?
Exactly. No,
Yeah.
it's true. 100%. And it is, you're right. It's about, everyone is covered by that fear, but it's about taking action. It's seeing something that you know is good for you and taking action in that moment. Don't wait. Oh, I'll wait till next month for this. Action now. Respond.
Procrastination.
Yeah,
Yeah,
procrastination is
you
the
get
enemy
in
of
the PM challenge, you detox your brain from all the chemicals that you've been fed your whole life, through food, through sugar, through everything. You go in the fitness campus, you get your body right, you get your mind right. This is what an ancient Greeks used to say. The A good mind has a good body, and a good body has a good mind.
There you go.
So build it up, build it
Appreciate
up.
it. Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate your interview today, man. You've been amazing.
Thank you too, Marcel.